Hey everyone, this is NF90 here, and today I'm going to be doing yet another update video, but this is not going to be just an update video. This is also going to be a game pickups video, and I've got a handful of games that I do want to show that I just recently bought, starting with the most recent to the least recent game that I've purchased. So let's get started here. Just today, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2 just came out, and I love the Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor series. It's a really great series. It kind of mixes SRPG with RPG elements, and I really do enjoy it. This game actually has a surprisingly a brighter tone as opposed to the first game in the series, and but nonetheless, it's a really good game. Not as good as the first, but it's probably the last solid Nintendo DS game out there, if not the last solid DS game out there. So yeah, I'm really stoked about this. I really do enjoy it. Yeah. And speaking of Devil Survivor, I've got Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked, which is a remake of the original DS version, and I've played both versions of this game. This is probably the best version of it, even though there's not much 3D to it, with just the intro and so forth. Uh, Aside from that, the voice acting that is in this version is great. I really enjoy the voice acting, and the gameplay, it's really good. It's good to go back and play something that is even though it's modern, it's pretty much considered a classic now, and this is a really good game. I really do enjoy this, and I actually do recommend this game. So, speaking of RPGs, I've got Tales of the Abyss. Now, I've never played the PS2 version of this game, but from my understanding, the PS2 version is really, really good. Now, when I played the 3DS version of it, the 3D is good. It's not great, but it's still pretty good. And the battle system is really good as well. I mean, it's no wonder why a lot of people consider this to be one of the best games in the Tales series. Next, I've got Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. Now, even though I'm more of an SNK fan than I am of a Capcom fan, I will admit this game is a really good handheld port of the fighting game, and it's got a lot of nifty features to it. It's really cool. The Street Pass on it's pretty cool as well, and it's a really good adaptation to the original Street Fighter 4. Next, I've got the latest iteration of Blaze Blue for the PS3, and this is Blaze Blue Continuum Shift Extend. And it's really good. It's basically another iteration of Blaze Blue Continuum Shift. Now, it does have some extra features to it. It has new story scenarios. It has a new character, Relius Clover, and it has new add-on content for it. Now, not a whole lot of add-on content's been released for it yet, but I've downloaded one of the downloadable contents already, and it's really good. It's really nice, and I really do enjoy this iteration of Blaze Blue. It's probably the best that they've done yet. Next, I've got Disgaea Afternoon of Darkness for the PSP. Now, this is a handheld port of Disgaea Hour of Darkness for PS2. And it's got a multiplayer mode on it. It's got a new story mode on it. And it's got a fog option to allow for more strategizing than what would be in the original game, and it's also got a interesting GeoCube feature on it. But aside from that, it's a really good handheld port of Disgaea. I really enjoy it. I really love it. And speaking of Disgaea, I've also got Disgaea 2 Dark Hero Days. Now, this one does not have the multiplayer on it, but it does have like the magic change feature from Disgaea 3, one of the very few good features in Disgaea 3. But I've got that. It's got that, and let's see, it's got good amount of downloadable content on it, and it's really good. It's really enjoyable, and I really do like this port of Disgaea 2 as well. Next, I've got Shin Megami Tensei Persona 2 Instant Sin, and it's a really fun game. It's the graphics, they're kind of PS1 quality. They didn't really improve on the graphics on it. Of course, then again, I really wouldn't know because they never came out with Instant Sin on the PS1 over here in North America. But still, Persona 2, it's really fun. I enjoy it. It's not as good as Persona 3 or 4, but it's still very fun. It's still has some of like the kind of the boxy gameplay that you would find in the original Persona, but nonetheless, it's still a good game. It's not as good as 3 and 4, like I said, but it's still fun, and of course it came with the soundtrack CD, and I do enjoy this this game. Next, Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3 Portable. Now, this is probably the best version of Persona 3 out there. The navigation on it, it's kind of different, something that you would kind of see in like a mobile phone game. But the battle system is nonetheless the same. It's a little bit tweaked a little bit, but still it's good. You can pick as being a female protagonist as opposed to the male protagonist, and it's nonetheless a really good port of Persona 3. Next, I've got Persona 3 FES. And Persona 3 FES is very good. It's very fun. I enjoy it a lot, and it's really good RPG. It's funny, in the battles that you use gun-like devices called evokers, which you point them at your head and you pull the trigger, and all of a sudden you summon a persona. It's hilarious, but nonetheless, it's a fun game. At the same time, it's pretty funny as well, and I really do enjoy it. But yeah, Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4. I love this game. This is probably the best game in the Persona series, and of course, it comes with the CD as well. And it has a lot of like a retro feel to it. It has like the retro elements to it, and I really enjoy it. And I can't wait for the fighting game of this game to come out. They're making a fighting game for based on Persona 4. From what I understand, it's coming out on PS3. But aside from that, this game is really fun. I enjoy it, and it's yet again another good installment in the Persona series. And last but not least, PS2 version of Phantom Brave, which is NIS America's first published game. And even though it's aged quite a bit, it's still nonetheless very fun. I've got the special edition here that comes with the CD, and it's nonetheless just as good as the PSP version from what I've played. It doesn't have like the extras that you would find in the PSP version, but nonetheless it's fun. It's very addicting, and I enjoy it. It's great. And that pretty much wraps up the whole thing with the game pickups. Now onto the updates. First of all, I'm not going to be just making videos on this channel. I'm going to be doing my LPs on another channel. It's called ThePrinnyGamers. It consists of a group of 4 people thus far, and I'm going to post a link to both the channel and to my first video. And my first video is going to explain like what all I've got planned for the channel. So be sure to check that video out and check the channel out, and be sure to subscribe if you like what you see on there, and so forth. We need all the support we can get. But aside from that, I've got other things planned. I've got Hudson Hawk for the NES. I've got that review planned. It's going to be up by early March. And I've got a Famicom review that I'm going to be uploading in March as well. And also in early March, as soon as I get it in the mail, I'm going to be doing a In the Raw unboxing of Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II Limited Edition. it was supposed to be shipped out like on the 21st, but it kind of got delayed until the 28th. And as such, it's it's going to be probably a few days, probably sometime in the first week of March that I'll be able to, first or second week of March, that I'll be able to get my copy in the mail. And once I do get my copy in the mail, I'm going to be doing a in the raw unboxing. I'm going to unbox it right from the very start. I'm not going to pre-unbox it or anything like that. I'm going to do a full-fledged unboxing of it, and it'll be a video worth seeing. So be sure to check that out, um, and so forth. I've got a couple of rants coming up, and I've got a couple of commentaries coming up as well. Be sure to look forward to that as well here in March, and that's pretty much all the videos that I've got planned for March, and so forth. But I know this video wasn't really much, and I know that I haven't been making many videos lately, but I'm taking a biology class this semester, and it's gotten to be very, very difficult. This is one of the most difficult classes I've taken in my college career here. But yeah, I've got that going for me, and I've still got my part-time job, even though it's not been as hectic as it usually is. Um, because they've kind of cut back on my hours a little bit, but still I've got my part-time job. It does get a little hectic sometimes it doesn't, but mostly what's been hectic is school with exams and so forth. But hopefully I will have some time around the side to be able to do some videos. And like always, I hope and pray that everybody's enjoyed this video, and be looking forward to the videos that I've got coming up in March. And this is Knockeroo Fan 90 out.